before I start talking about the rest. So I removed the sway bar. No more sway bar. Actually, it's in the truck right now, but you see? Sway bar gone. Sway bar gone. Now, you might wonder, how is it driving without a sway bar? I don't know if it's because how big the truck is, but it's really no difference. I first did a test drive when it was like raining, but yeah, I didn't notice a difference. So I'm definitely not putting the sway bar back on. No sway bar. You know, most people with off-road trucks, they remove the sway bars because so both tires can act independently. You know how, like, you ever see a basketball player or anybody practicing basketball with bouncing two balls at the same time? They're all independently. So let's say you were off-roading, hitting rocks. The other one is not tied. The sway bar doesn't tie the tires to limit their motion. So every tire is moving independently. So it works better when you're doing off-roading. But when you're driving like regularly, people are concerned about the truck tipping over because, you know, you get that boat motion. Like when you turn, you kind of get that a little bit, yeah, but it's not that much. As long as you're not like speeding and hitting turns crazy, you'll be fine. But normally, just driving, it's no difference. Like, it's somewhat of a difference. Sometimes when you're driving like completely straight, you can kind of like the steering wheel can kind of move a little bit. Like you kind of grab the steering wheel, but it's not a noticeable difference. Like I'm definitely, well, don't say definitely, but I'm going without the sway bar. Let's go back to what I was talking about earlier. Let's go underneath this bad boy. The great thing again about having a lifted truck is you can go under it without jacking it up. So where I left off is I removed this. Long story short, my fix did not work. It did not fix the vibration. And my guess was maybe it's because of the alignment. So I took it to Global Motors. I've already said that in the video, forgive me. Took that to, let's talk about one of the theories why the truck was vibrating, okay? Now, here you have the differential. If you can see, the differential is tilting up a little bit. Now, a lot of people are saying when you get a 6-inch lift, or whatever, your vehicle is going to vibrate unless your differential is aligned with the transfer case. Okay? Now, what do I mean by that? Look at the transfer case. It's completely horizontal, right? What's that, a 90-degree angle when it's completely horizontal? Completely straight, the transfer case, right? The transmission is completely straight, right? The transfer case is completely straight. So before the lift, everything will go straight. The rear drive shaft straight, and then the rear differential straight. Everything in a straight line. So it has to be aligned straight for it not to vibrate, right? Now, as you can see, this is not straight. It's tilted up because the lift, you know, the frame separating, I'm sorry, the body separating from the frame, right? So it's lifted, and now it's at an angle. So what a lot of people are saying is the blocks for the rear lifts, here are the blocks underneath the leaf springs. All right, you see the blocks? These are the blocks that do the lift right underneath the leaf springs. So you see this block, and the top block is tapered off, meaning it gets smaller up front. It's not a complete square block, right? It gets tapered. It gets cut short here. So here's a short part. Now, if it was completely straight, the differential will be completely straight, angling straight. Oh, this is a better view. Okay, this is the blocks that's holding up the leaf spring to make the lifts. You see how that's thinner here and it's thicker there because it's tapered off? If it was completely straight like that, not tapered off, the differential will be completely straight and no vibration, right? So that's what the senses are. As you can see, the tapered block. You can even that is tapered. Okay, this is why what's tilting the differential, because the blocks are tapered. The blocks are tapered. It's not completely square here. It gets thinner there. If you can see that. I hope you can see that. You guys are like, can you get on with it? Because you keep saying if we can see that. Oh, my battery's dying too. Even my camera saying get on with it. So vibration gone if it's, but I don't need that because I have a double U joint. See, this right here causes the vibration. This cancels out the vibration. So when it goes down, there's no vibration. I don't need for this to be leveled with the transfer case because I have a double U joint. If you have one U joint here, one U joint here, this will have to be straight. The blocks should not be tapered. It should be flat, which will make the differential flat, make the transfer case flat, the transmission flat, right? Everything flat like it was. The only thing is this dips down, right? To get clearance, you don't want it all this down, right? So since this is a double U joint, I forgot what it's called, a cardon or something, a double U joint, it cancels out its own vibration that it causes. So I shouldn't have any vibration. So why do I still have vibration? Where when I took it to Global Motors, they also told me that part that was broken right there. So that might have played a little bit in it, but maybe not. I think it was broke because of the vibration. So took it to Global Motors and they aligned the vehicle. Now, when I took it there, they said they couldn't align it because of we talked about the, gosh, I forgot, Cambridge or Cambered. So pretty much the vehicle was tilted. It'll be better if I was forward to look at it. The tire was tilted this way. Both of them were tilted inwards. So they had to pretty much straighten it out. So this is toe in, this is toe out. It had that to be straightened out. I forgot what it's called when it's like tilted this way. And this is Cambridge, and this is, I forgot the terms. But you get what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to try to explain it. Now, we're focusing on the top of the tire when I'm talking about negative or positive. Now, how my truck is right now, the wheels, they're caved in, right? So if they're caved in, the top is poked out, which is known as a positive camber. So when we're talking about the front of the vehicle, we're just talking about camber. Okay, that's very important to know. The front of the vehicle, we're talking about camber. Positive camber. Negative camber. Toe out. Toe in. Neutral camber. Take those same principles, put it on a side view of the tires. That's caster. And this is the final aligned result. But the bushings, the Cambridge, I forget the names, bushings, the stock ones did not tilt them. Pretty much they just stayed in one position. So I went to Advanced Auto. I got these bushings. These alignment adjusting Cambridge bushings. Give me a second, buddies. I went to Advanced Auto and I got these bushings so the truck can get fully aligned, get the front tires straightened out because they were caved in. So again, if the tires were caved in like this, both of them were in, and they straightened out the tires. As you can see, they got adjusted. So I took it to a test drive where it was aligned. So the truck is aligned now. So I got the alignment and removing the sway bar. So I took it to a test drive, and the storm that happened, what was yesterday? The storm was just, so I took it to the exhaust shop to get the exhaust done. Then I drove it from PG County to Montgomery County. In the storm, when it was raining, I had the windshields wiping on, and I got to use my visor lights in the rain, so that was really cool. I had a fun time. But yeah, I didn't get any vibrations, so I believe, so I'm 100% sure it was because of the alignment. And that alignment, since it wasn't aligned, it threw so many things off and had things going crazy. So now It runs fine. I accelerated. I went up to about 55 miles per hour. Accelerated. I didn't get any vibration. But I didn't get any vibration, so looks like everything is good. But that was my first. That was just one test drive, so we'll go from there and see. But yeah, they got aligned and they did their thing. Hope that's it. No more sway bar.